Welcome to the Exposer. So everyone's been asking, how did the Spac Nation New Year's Eve service go? And I know a lot of people have seen Spac Nation members in a suit and tie. But no one really knows how the service went. I did play a speech from PT at the event that happened, but not many are aware of how the service actually went. And let me first tell you guys that Spac Nation found it hard to get a spacious venue. That's the first point you guys need to remember. So Spac had to get creative, meaning they wanted to make people believe that their service was excellent. So they came up with an idea of everyone being suited and booted, and also renting out a very posh location in central London. But the capacity for that location is very, very small. So it's not what Spac Nation would have wanted. But because Spac Nation know they're amongst themselves, they always seem to pretend that everything is great. So this is one of the reasons why the address for the location was put out very late. Because they didn't really want anyone turning up to this event. Because they knew that the capacity of the location was very, very, very small. So they only needed their members to turn up. And one of the most disappointing things about the event was that all of them had to stand on the stairs for 3 hours whilst the service went on. So they had service on the stairs. Because I mentioned the capacity is small. So there's actually a small hall at this particular location, which is a nice looking location. But business-wise, it's not what Spac wanted. Because Spac obviously wanted to recruit members. They had a few of the members invite their souls, which is what they call them, invite their souls to this location. But there was probably around 200 to 250 people max at this particular event. And for many reasons, I can tell you that the service did not go well. Because for the first time, Spac were holding a service for New Year's at a location that they didn't really want. So it wasn't all great. So you guys will see a lot of the members taking pictures and pretending that it was the most amazing service. And I can tell you guys, from being at Spac Nation, this is what we were told to say every single time, every single Sunday. After every service, we're told to go on Twitter to tell people how the service was the most amazing service ever. So I can confirm that when you see Spac Nation members doing that, it's because they're told to do that. They're told what to say. And one of the other factors also about the service was it was supposed to start at 6 p.m. But you guys saw how on that day I dropped a video, I believe around 8 o'clock, and the venue was still empty. So there was probably about, I would say, 30 to 40 people there, which means it was hard for them to even fill out this place on time. All the members got there at around 10 o'clock, and knowing how Spac Nation operate, PT normally likes his members to be on time, sitting down, because he doesn't like to be disrupted when he preaches. But like I put in the video before, it looks like he's being humbled a little bit, so he has to accept quite a few L's that his church has taken in 2019. And so it's to let you guys know that the exposing and people speaking out has really affected them. And that's the reason why for the New Year's Eve service, they put their address out really in the last minute. And that's only because they couldn't find a venue. No venue really wanted them, especially on that day, because they know that there's a lot of controversies that comes with Spac Nation. So their New Year plan of recruiting young souls did not go according to plan. There was quite a few young souls there, but they would have preferred to have much more. They would have preferred to have a big venue, over thousands of people there. That's what they would have wanted. But he couldn't take that risk. And at the same time, most locations did not want to take the risk of having Spac Nation there, especially for the New Year's. So that's basically it. So people who are wondering how the service went, it was a normal Spac Nation service. It's just them dressed up in a suit and tie. And as you can imagine, very uncomfortable for people to be standing on stairs for 3 hours whilst holding the service. They couldn't even sit down. Can you imagine? But it's the illusion of being dressed up in a suit and taking pictures in a posh location that makes the members believe that everything went perfect. They couldn't have had a better night. So that's how the creative part of Spac Nation managed to convince the members that it was a great New Year's Eve service. And there was a member from the Exposer team that was at the service. So I can confirm that Spac Nation service did not go to plan. There was a lot of stop and start. And the most important and the most amazing part of the night was the praise and worship. And no one denies that the choir at Spac Nation is good. They have a very good choir. And PT himself did not have the strength or the motivation to stand on those stairs for so many hours. That's why he will talk for a little bit and then let the praise and worship continue. So, yeah, that's how the event went pretty much. So don't be fooled by all the pictures and Spac Nation members lying about how it was the most amazing nights, because I mentioned to you already, this is what they got us to say. So